9 seasons with the Montreal Alouettes and 3 seasons with the BC Lions. Tony played on 5 Grey Cup championship teams, winning the Grey Cup in 1974 and 1977. Beyond his career as a professional football player, Tony spent 30 years teaching physical education at Dawson College in Montreal. He also lectured at Concordia and McGill universities. UNB football was honored that Tony made the trip back to his university roots here at UNB in September 2009 to witness the rebirth of the UNB Red Bombers football team in the inaugural game of the Atlantic Football League. Sadly, we lost Tony the next year to ALS. Each year at this game, we celebrate Tony's life, his contribution to the spirit of UNB, and we remember his courage and the dignity he displayed in his fight against ALS. We ask that you give generously to this fight as well. We also take the opportunity at this game each year to present the Tony Proudfoot Scholarship created by the Proudfoot family. To present the scholarship this year, we are so pleased to welcome back to midfield Tony's brother, Chuck Proudfoot, himself a former UNB Red Bomber. The Tony Proudfoot Scholarship is presented each year to a football player who is a full-time student in the Faculty of Kinesiology. We would now ask Chuck to make the presentation of the 2024 Tony Proudfoot Scholarship to UNB Reds football player Grayson Rudders, a third-year kinesiology student. Congratulations, Grayson. And UNB Reds football expresses their sincerest thanks to the Proudfoot family, and again, welcome back, Chuck. The UNB Red Bombers football team first took to the field in September 1949, as is attested by the banners hanging from the clubhouse at the west end of the field. Football at UNB has enjoyed a history of memorable teams and outstanding players. Tonight, we add to that list of great teams. In last year's Atlantic Football League Championship game, despite well-executed offensive play throughout by UNB, it came down to a final stand by UNB's defense in the final minutes to hold off a hard-charging Dalhousie University Tigers offense and secure UNB's 5th AFL championship. We direct your attention to the clubhouse as we present the UNB Reds AFL championship banner for 2023. Congratulations to a great UNB football team, the 2023 UNB Reds. And now, here is the 2024 Reds defensive starting lineup. Number 2 at safety, Aaron Hicks. Number 15, defensive back, Jaron Killam. Number 19, at defensive back, Mark Boudreau. Number 21, defensive back, Carter Ball. Number 30, at linebacker, Ethan Ray. Number 32, at defensive back, Cole Schneider. Number 38, linebacker, Braden McNamee. Number 45 at linebacker, Blake Langell. Number 52, defensive lineman, Donnie Sharp. And number 55, defensive lineman, Sam Shepard. Number 65 at linebacker, Nick Appleby. And number 92, defensive lineman, Parker McCormick. We now invite Chuck Proudfoot to please do us the honor of performing the ceremonial kickoff for the UNB Reds 2024 home opener. Great kick. Thank you, Chuck. Mr. Head Referee, the field is yours, sir. Let's play football.
Good evening or afternoon, depending on where you happen to be watching. Tonight we have the Atlantic Football League 2023 defending champion UNB Red Bombers versus the Falcons from St. John. Justin.
Good evening, everyone. It is an absolute pleasure to be back with you this season. Ahead of this evening's game, the Reds would like to respectfully acknowledge that UNB is situated on the unsurrendered and unceded traditional Wolastoqey territory. The river that flows by our university is called the Wolastoq. The land of the Wabanaki peoples has been the home of the Mi'kmaq, the Passamaquoddy, and the Penobscot peoples for thousands of years. They are known as the people of the dawn, as they are the first to greet Niskum, or the grandfather of the sun each day.
Thank you, Justin. So tonight we have a brand new team from St. John, the Falcons, that are replacing the St. John Seawolves, who had played 13 seasons in the AFL, but unfortunately dropped out of the league last season. The introduction of the Falcons Football Club now brings a complement of teams in the AFL back to 4, which of course is greatly appreciated, as all AFL teams will play every weekend this season. The Falcons had a rough inaugural game versus the Dalhousie Tigers last week, victims of a 69-0 defeat in Halifax. UNB also came up short in their first game of the season versus Holland College Hurricanes with a score of 20-11. So both teams must be eager to put up a W in the win column in these standings.
It is absolutely great to see a team from St. John back in the league. They were sorely missed last year when they weren't around, but they're under a new leadership model, a new playing model, and it's going to be, this year might be a bit of a rough year for them. I don't know what the recruiting has been like, but
well, there's going to be an interesting challenge. One thing I forgot to mention is my name's Ian McMillan. I'll be doing play-by-play, and with me tonight, as usual, is the best-looking color commentator in all of football, Mr. Jordan Weiss. So,
Justin Wise.
Justin, what am I doing?
That's all right, Ian.
Yeah, of course, we're very close.
You know what? But thank you for bringing that up because, people like to know who they're talking to.
And also, I want to mention that the fine folks from Aurora Productions will be bringing you the pictures tonight, and an impressive job they do every game. Doing the on-field announcing that you probably heard at the beginning of the broadcast are the usual dulcet tones of Mr. Jeff Landine. So we're just a few minutes away from kickoff.
It is really great to be back playing football again this year, and let's not forget, everyone. If you tuned in for the Mr. Landine's opening remarks on field, which I believe you probably could hear, the UNB Reds are the defending champions of the AFL this year.
Absolutely, it was interesting watching the UNB versus Holland College last week, as UNB was up. The beginning of the fourth quarter, I think it was 11-5 or 10-5, but then Holland College was able to come back. So being defending champions, I'm sure Coach Spurgeon isn't looking forward to not having a win in the column already. So it'll be interesting with the Falcons here, especially having such a rough outing to start off with. I'm sure they've had an interesting week of practice.
Well, yeah, absolutely. We have many returning players this year from last year's championship team. So obviously Holland College Holland College was a tough team last year too. But I bet they were ecstatic to pull out the W. But I don't, Ian, maybe you can remind me, I don't think we lost a game last year, did we?
I don't remember so.
We hosted 2 playoff games, so we finished top in the standings.
No, there wasn't very often that UNB came up short last year, so I'm sure it's an anomaly for the Reds to be in such a situation today. But of course, if you've got to come home to your season opener, this is a good way to do it. Get your feet under you, and then you can be ready to take on the other 2 teams in the league.
Well, and it's a beautiful day here at BMO Centre Field.
Well, I think we have somewhere like 18 degrees, 17 degrees. Forecast tells us at the end of the game we're probably going to be at 14. Beautiful evening, perfect football weather. Not too cold, not too hot, not much of a wind, I don't think.
Let's get behind these boys in red.
And the St. John players just trying to get that ball figured out. I don't know what's knocking it over. There's definitely no wind down there. There may be an equipment malfunction.
Getting him a better tee. Looks like UNB was already doing some gamesmanship, giving him a tee that just wasn't going to work right.
Okay, 2024 home opener. Here we go.
St. John kicking off to UNB. Taken midfield. Strong return.
Jace Taylor on the return.
Up to around the 47 or 48 of UNB, and they're going to start 1st and 10.
Fantastic field positioning for the Reds to start the game on offense.
So as everybody do the big bet, is this going to be a pass first play or is this going to be a running play?
Oh, it's 100% without a doubt a run. It'll be a 33 lead.
Tendencies of the coach you know so well.
It's what he does. I don't think I've ever seen a game start without a run. There you go, 33 lead.
That's Matt LaFleur. Huge gap for a big first down. Looks like you're up around the 47.
Almost. That tackle looked a little sketchy, almost a horse collar.
Oh, they marked them on the 46. So 1st down and 10 for UNB on the St. John 46-yard line. Quarterback looking to his left. Flare pass out to his left to LaFleur once more. And looks like he's taken out of bounds just past the 40-yard line. I believe that's right. Line judge is giving him a mark just past the 40-yard line. So that would be about 2nd and 4 remaining.
So Matt LaFleur, so far, is the Reds' offense today.
Well, he's always been a workhorse for Jonah Rollins.
Absolutely. He's one of the most athletic guys on the field. Always has been.
Dive play up the middle, opens up to the right. He's still going well past the mark for the 1st down. Again, it's Matt LaFleur just over the 30-yard line for another 1st down, UNB.
Why change something if it's working, right?
You can see on the replay, he breaks out to the left. Ooh, missed tackle by 55. That would be Sam Clements. Sorry, I had to point that out, Sam. 1st down and 10 for UNB. 2 receivers each side. Rollins looks down to his left, wide open.
Matt LaFleur again.
Good catch taken out of bounds. I think that was Justin Remillard.
Oh, was that not 88?
Oh, it is Matt LaFleur, sorry. I thought I saw 80 versus 88. It was 80.
It was 80. Yep, no, you were right. Yeah.
I take that back. That was Justin Remillard on the reception.
There we go.
As everyone knows, this is our home opener, and we always have tough times with Jeff Landine doing spotting.
The zeros and the 8s can be tricky.
Big dive up the middle, number 20 wide open. Looks like don't see a signal. It came down just shy of the goal line. That was number 20, Miguel Reyes Landry. So it'd be 1st and goal for UNB. And UNB's sending in a little bit more beefy players.
The jumbo squad, as we like to call it.
I would be surprised if the ball's going to be in the air.
Although I'll tell you, our jumbo squad isn't. We used to have a real big jumbo squad, and these guys are fantastic athletes. But we used to have some.
So here we have 12:35 in the 1st quarter, and UNB's already knocking on the door. Motion by 84 out to the left-hand side. Dive play, Matt LaFleur, touchdown, UNB.
Hand off to Matt LaFleur, and he's in for UNB.
And quickly into the UNB's home opener. They notch a touchdown, get points on the board. That was really a textbook drive orchestrated by head coach Vince Sturgeon. Great mix of running and passing plays. I think almost exclusively to Matt LaFleur, though. One pass to Justin Remillard, as you noted.
Well, I had to fight hard to make sure everyone noticed poor Justin got a pass. I mean, Jeff wouldn't say his name. You wouldn't say his name. It was really difficult.
And the PAT attempt?
And it's good. And a flag on the play.
For roughing the kicker. But is it good? I didn't see a signal. Was it good?
Let's see if we get a signal.
I think we would have. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Head referee's talking to the linesman.
It would have, if it didn't go through, we would have seen a signal that it didn't go through.
Rough
so I
play
think it
against St. John. They may apply that on the kick.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen here.
Well, it's unnecessary roughness against St. John.
Yeah, they are. So, with 12:20 in the first quarter, Reds 7, Falcons no score.
So that's a big 15-yard penalty.
50-50 draw. Tickets are available until the start of the fourth quarter.
So the Reds will actually kick off in St. John territory.
Or you can visit rafflebox.ca/.
And as you can probably hear Jeff Landine talking to everybody, you can support Reds football through our 50-50 draw. We'll have some more details on how you do it, but all the purchases are online. You need to be a New Brunswick resident in order to collect. Big kickoff. Gets into
Fielded
the
well.
St. John end zone. He's bringing it out.
Good for him.
Big run. Almost got a break. Comes out to probably about the 13-yard line. Was that number 13?
That was Cody Carr, number 11.
Cody Carr. And if I was watching some of the game from last week, Cody Carr was, when he was in Dalhousie, did the highlight for St. John, in that he was able to make an amazing catch along the sideline for about 15, 20 yards, one-handed, brought 1 foot in before he went out. It was an amazing catch, one of the highlights of the game.
Well, let's see if we'll, not that I want to see him have success against the Reds, but I'd love to see some fantastic one-hand catches.
No, we can't be that much homers. We just talk about what we see.
So we're going to see the Falcons offense for the first time today. Logan Saunier lining up at quarterback. Big pass.
And it's incomplete. Intended for number 11, Cody Carr. So it looks like Logan and Cody Carr were reading their reviews from the game and wanted to see if they could make that connection right out of the gate. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Falcons.
Yeah, I don't love that play call, Ian. They're pretty deep in their own territory. You really only have 2 chances to get a first down at this point, right? And that was a bit of a. That was a higher risk play, right?
So they've got 2 receivers out to the left and 3 with the running back out to the right-hand side. Looks like UNB's in a 3-4 setup. He's rolling to his left, looks downfield.
And intercepted! Is that intercepted? Looked like he got his hand on it, and it is. It's Reds ball. Intercepted by number 2, Aaron Hicks.
Big play for UNB. You can see on the replay.
Yeah, and he was looking for Cody there.
Actually, Caleb Kirkpatrick was probably the closest receiver there.
And but what a heads-up play by Aaron Hicks.
So great start for UNB on the 34-yard line of St. John.
Jonah Rollins going back to work.
Looking downfield.
And that is a touchdown, Reds!
Nick Parker.
Nick Parker. Oof. That is a bit of a demoralizing couple of plays for the Falcons right there. That is tough, but what a great catch by Nick Parker. That's a big ball.
Rollins looked a little to his left. Really nice job. And number 20, Spencer Long, was right there. If that ball wasn't on the money, Spencer would have been able to make that play. But great throw by Jonah.
Yeah. Yeah, Nick had to, there was no slowing down.
So that had to be like at least a 42, 45-yard pass in order to get that.
Yeah.
Setting up for the extra point. Easily through the upright. So 11-18 in the first quarter. UNB Reds 14. Falcons no score.
So, Ian, you mentioned the 50-50. We're thrilled to have a 50-50 option for you fans this year. You can support the Reds football. You can support all Reds teams, including Reds football, through the 50-50 draw. For this game, they're going to be available until the start of the fourth quarter. So you can use the QR code that is on the screen right now if you're watching. Well, I guess if you can hear me, you're watching, aren't you? You can use the QR code, or you can visit rafflebox.ca/raffle/UNB-Reds-football. You may just want to use the QR code that's on your screen.
I think they should have had hike as opposed to hyphen.
Hike?
That would have been hike football.
So when you get there, scan the QR code. When you get there, you can click on the purchase button, choose your ticket option, and then enter your credit card and billing information. These draws are accessible through online purchases only. There will be no cash or card sales on site. Participants must be at least 19 years of age and residents of New Brunswick.
And big kick to St. John again, number 11 with a great return. Basically on his 32-yard line, that was number 11, Cody Carr.
With the return, Toronto scrimmage first down from their own 30.
Oh, Cody did a great job at using his blockers there to get a few extra yards.
So again, Jeff Landine is starting to have an argument of the on-field people versus the streaming people. Obviously, as you can see it's on the 32-yard line. Thank goodness we're here to help Jeff.
This is a team effort. Between all of us, we'll get it right.
We're right and Jeff corrects. Looks for a dive play caught behind the line of scrimmage.
Big tackle
Number
by
8.
Parker McCormick.
Charles Gear was the ball carrier. Looks like they lost about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 14.
I had Parker noted as a defensive back. He is not a defensive back at all.
I love the first game of the season. So I would venture to say St. John's looking for a pass play here.
Yeah, they have no choice here. There goes.
Downfield.
Just slightly
tried for
beyond.
an out pattern, but it was unsuccessful. Jaron Killam in defense.
And Jaron was right in his pocket there.
Absolutely, but really didn't have to do much as the ball was well overthrown and out of bounds. So 3rd and 14 for St. John. They're probably going to have to give possession back to UNB on an excellent field position.
Yeah, so we'll see a punt here from the Falcons. And that seems to be what they're setting up.
I think it's Kieran Roche. Yes, it is. Kieran Roche will be the punter for St. John. Just waiting to get their full complement of players on the field. Good snap.
Oh, he bobbles it.
Oh, it's blocked.
That's not what you want to do.
St. John's able to get possession, but taken down just over the 20-yard line of St. John. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Bombers. You can see in the replay, little trouble finding the handle. And due to a great rush, he was forced to have the ball blocked. That was number 32, Cole Schneider, who was able to force that block.
It did bounce off the chest of Mark Boudreau first. He did a great job getting himself in the kicker's way without hitting the kicker, avoiding those costly.
So 1st and 10
yards.
on St. John 21-yard line. Trip receivers off to Rollins' left-hand side. LaFleur in the backfield. It's a dive for LaFleur. Huge hole.
Oh, that's a touchdown.
Touchdown, Red Bombers. Matt LaFleur.
Matt LaFleur just having his way today. I mean, look, I'm not getting in Matt LaFleur's way once he has a full head of steam.
Well, he's Mr. Everything for the Reds this year. Catches some big catches, putting him right down the middle and scoring the touchdown. So with 9:36 remaining in the first quarter, UNB setting up for an extra point. Currently 20 for UNB, no score for St. John. And looks like the extra point is good. UNB setting off to kick off. So, in other collegiate football games in Canada, There was a big match earlier today with Bishops taking on Mount Allison. Bishops was victorious with a score of 62 to no score for Mount A.
Wow.
McGill, since you just got back from Montreal, Justin,
Yes,
McGill was playing Concordia.
I should have gone to that game.
Should have been. McGill was victorious,
Wait,
winning 20-17, so it looks like it was a close game. And just to make sure anybody from Toronto doesn't feel like we snubbed them, although we tried, York played Toronto, and York was successful in beating Toronto in a very close game, 19-7. Wow. 19-17.
Ooh, big day for
oh, there's more.
Canadian college
We just
football.
have to.
We haven't gotten there yet. But just the Montreal battles.
Well, if we talk about Montreal, we got to talk about Toronto.
Well, that's, yeah.
Big kick for UNB.
Oh, flag off the kick. It's where I think an offside penalty would go down.
Looks like St. John's down on their own 33-yard line.
And yeah, it's an offside against the Reds. So I think they can send him back at that point, or they can force a re-kick. I believe. I think they get an election.
Oh, don't say election this time of year, please.
The penalty will be declined. So they didn't have the option of sending him 5 yards from the end of the kick. It would have been a re-kick, but I guess St. John was happy with the kick return that they got.
Justin, see if we can keep politics out of this broadcast.
Look, selection. Shall I use selection instead of election, I guess?
Here we go. St. John, first down and 10 on their 33, just over their 33-yard line. Oh, having trouble with the snap.
St. John bobbled again.
Ooh, quarterback's Logan Saulnier is able to bring it back in, but they'll have lost probably about 5 yards.
Ethan Ray was right there and had a lot of pressure on Saulnier, removing any opportunity to pick that up. Yeah, so Ethan would have recovered that ball if Saulnier didn't drop on it.
St. John again forced into a situation where they probably have to pass the ball. And UNB setting up for just that with only 3 down linemen. Looks like they're going to try a reverse. Caught in the backfield. He's down. Big loss. Number 65 for UNB with the tackle. That's Nick Appleby.
Tracked down by Nick Appleby in the backfield.
It's going to be 3rd down and long for St. John.
So this will be a punt situation for St. John, hoping to push the Reds back a little bit.
Third and 20.
Oh yeah, Ian, that's the other thing we need to do. We need to make sure we get the down and distance every time, don't we? It's the first game of the season. We're gonna scrape off some rust and get back into it.
As my wife would tell me, no excuses. UNB's got the ball at the 46-yard line of St. John, setting up for first down and 10 with 8:11 left in the first quarter.
Excellent coverage by Spencer Long of the Falcons to eliminate any possibility of a return by the Reds.
Justin, I think we need to point out that this is a lovely night. It's not exactly warm, but let's look at the stands. It looks like every seat is filled. We've got people all along, and there's still more people coming in. If you're in the Fredericton area, please come join us. You're going to have a wonderful night of football. Fake the run, gives it back to the same player. He's got a first down.
Nick Parker.
Rollins pass complete to Nick Parker.
With the catch and run.
It was a great play by UNB with a first down off to the left-hand side, and that's a name that we said a lot last year. I think it's the first time we said it tonight, but no, he's got a touchdown.
He
doesn't.
He did something. What did he do?
We
said his name before, but
he
did something.
We've got first down and 10 for UNB. Fake the dive, looks to the left. Wide open is number 40, Aaron Olafson.
Now, that is a name that we do not often call. So Coach Vince digging into the playbook a little bit and trying to create some misdirection out there.
So we got to make sure we talk about a great tackle by number 54, Matthew Watson for St. John. That's setting up 2nd down and 8.
Aaron is not a little guy. He is not easy to bring down.
Oh, looks
Offside.
like we've got either motion or offside.
It's got to be motion.
Everything's blown up, so let's see what the referees have to say.
Oh, no, it's going to be offside against the Falcons.
So that'll be a 5-yard penalty. So that would mean that we've got 2nd down and 3 for UNB.
Yep, full stands here at BMO Centre Field. But there is always room for more. We've got some concessions down there. We've got
porta potties.
We got porta potties. There's a community fundraiser in support of the Dex Oncology Unit.
Oh, well done.
So if you're in Fredericton, come on down. Lots of great football to see.
Looking for the officials to set the ball properly.
And you're going to want some Reds football merch too. We've got
so they're on the St. John 27, again 2nd and 3. Early motion, and it looks like another dive play. Not a big gain, but nothing that spectacular actually.
No, I thought there was a jump there that time too, but there was no flag, so I guess it wasn't.
So we've got 3rd down with about 2 to go.
Henry with the carry. He picks up a few yards. It'll be 3rd and 2.
And again, it was Miguel Reyes Landry as the ball carrier. Looks like UNB is going to try and get the 1st down. Set up 3 receivers to the right-hand side of Rollins. Easy snap, looks down the middle. Wide open on the play, number 84. And does an easy walk-in touchdown.
Nick Parker.
UNB.
Complete to Nick Parker, and he rolls into the end zone. 3 UNB touchdowns.
That was a creative run.
If we see on the replay, I believe Nick is going to come from the right-hand side over the middle, and then dipsy doodle and tiptoe his way into the end zone. Number 11 for St. John, Cody Carr with the tackle. So it looks like Cody Carr is going both ways for St. John.
So Cody Carr is playing both ways. That's I mean, look, when you have a phenomenal athlete, that's what you do. But you are running a risk there, right?
Setting up for the extra point now.
Looks
Like
good.
it's good. And
Kick is good.
shame on us for saying this, but not saying it. Justin Reniard has been responsible for all extra points.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. Yes, thank you, Ian.
And again, pointing out there's still more people coming, and this is a pretty impressive crowd. The sidelines look just absolutely packed here tonight.
It's a great night for football. There's going to be and I believe we have some halftime entertainment as well. I think, is it Bonnie Kilburn Dancers? There's a dance troupe that's going to be performing as well as the UNB cheerleaders.
Well, you know things are going well at BMO Field when you're up on a gorgeous night and Led Zeppelin is coming through the speakers.
Where else would you want to be?
UNB set to kick the ball off to St. John. Looks like a good kick going to about the 15 of St. John. And runs into a host of Reds.
And that's Kirkpatrick, I believe, on the return?
I think so, just over the 30-yard line.
We're getting some good returns from St. John here tonight.
Caleb Kirkpatrick. So there's no question the Falcons need some inspiration on this series. Be nice to see them, and I know Brian Freeman will hate me to say this, but a couple of first downs would give a little bit of impetus to St. John that they're in the game.
Yeah, they're having a really rough first quarter, and and part of the problem is it's going to be like a downward spiral, kind of thing here, right? It's tough to keep more.
Snap was low again.
Oh, big sack.
UNB with a big blitz. Sack on the play, number 70, Alec Ferris with the sack.
By number 70, Alec Ferris for UNB.
And if you watched the broadcast last year, if you were coming out to the games last year, you would recognize Alec Ferris. You'd recognize actually a lot of these guys, a lot of returning players this year. It's tough to see. It's tough to see the Reds not being competitive in the championship again this year.
Second down and 19 with about 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Play action, incomplete. Tried to do a bit of a bubble screen there, but they weren't able to get it together. It's going to be a third down.
That's incomplete.
And the Falcons, of course, have the opposite personnel problem as the Reds this year because, being a new team, they don't have a recruitment system set up yet. So they're a little bit behind the eight ball here, but that's what happens when you're a new team in the league.
And thank goodness they're in the league. It's
absolutely
makes it much better than what we had to suffer through last year with only 3 teams.
And there is no doubt that the Falcons will improve over time.
Punts away, coming downfield to just out of bounds around the 52-53 yard line. So UNB will start first down and 10 with 4:33 left in the quarter.
And with the punt rolling out of bounds, I think that's a 10-yard penalty. So it'll walk it up 10 yards. Because I don't believe it touched anybody.
Another conference with the officials.
Oh, no, he's picking up that flag. Okay.
So nobody penalized on that. Again, we've got on the 51-yard line, first down and 10.
And the Reds going back to work in St. John territory.
Wallace looking downfield again. Wide open,
Oh
looks
gosh.
like another touchdown. Bombers!
Thomas Hoy. Oh, and there is a late flag. I wasn't watching. I don't know what happened in the end zone there, but after Thomas ran into the end zone, the flag came out.
The replay, let's see what we got.
Clean and clear. What a beautiful run by Thomas. Unsportsmanlike, yeah. For doing, what do they call that in the NFL? Grandstanding or whatever?
Oh, it's certainly that's objectionable conduct or unsportsmanlike, depending on how you refer that. But any showboating when somebody's walking in for a touchdown, especially at this juncture, where you're up 34-0, is not something to be emulated by anybody else playing football.
I mean, it was an awesome catch and run, but yeah, the showboating was unnecessary. Great run, great throw by Jonah Rollins, great catch by Thomas Hoyt, and obviously the run to bring it into the end zone to finish it off.
And the extra point is good. Yeah, there's no way they're going to be getting endorsements from Mountain Dew by scoring a touchdown in the Atlantic Football League, so it would be nice just to put the ball down and thank your quarterback for giving you such a nice pass. That ball was right on the money.
Right on the money.
And it was a nice
in stride.
Nice pattern. Run by Hoyt, and slightly spoiled by a little showboating, but I'm sure that that will be the cause of a small lecture in the locker room at halftime, or possibly on the sideline.
You know what? I guarantee you it just happened. Somebody down there just told them, don't do it again, and they're not going to bring it up again. Thomas knows. Thomas knows. He just got caught up in the moment.
You're very kind.
Wow.
You may be very kind, but I wonder if there's linebackers and cornerbacks on the St. John team that will be so kind the next time they have an opportunity.
I think that's the risk that he's running now. He may get a little tighter coverage going forward.
Nice kick by UNB. Not as deep as, well, that's because of the penalty. Oh, nice gap up the middle, almost to midfield. Big return.
Great.
Caleb Kirkpatrick with the return for St. John.
Again. The Falcons have been doing great returns, and we're gonna see it again here. And they do a great job at following their blockers.
That's a nice run. So this is as deep as St. John's been on the field, with 4:12 left in the quarter. So just shy of center field. They're going to scrimmage first down and 10.
The Falcons have got to get their run game going.
They were just having a tough time getting the exchange from the center to the quarterback.
Yeah. But if they can start picking up 3 or 4 yards here and there on runs, they'll be much better off. This passing game is not working for them. See, that's not going to work.
That's an incomplete pass intended for Ben Coates. Thrown by Logan Saunier. Be second down and 10.
And I'm not sure why they're not running. Maybe they don't have the confidence in their run game, but they've got to get it going.
Two receivers either side. One runner in the backfield. Good snap. Forced out to the left-hand side. Red Bombers are all around him. He's sacked on the 50-yard line. That's going to be third down.
The Reds were all over that from the beginning. We're going to see it again here.
So it'll be 3rd and 14.
Flushes him out of the pocket. He's got to dance around.
And as you can see on the replay, excellent man-to-man coverage by the Reds on that play. There wasn't any open receiver on that play.
No. You might be tempted to call that a coverage sack, except that they were there right away.
Well, everyone gets kudos on that play on the Reds defense.
And the Falcons are going to punt again.
Good snap. Nice punt this time. Off to UNB's left side. A little bit of backspin.
Ooh.
That's going to make tough for no yards.
No, I think it touched UNB.
Well, let's see.
Well before there.
And number 30,
and
Ethan Ray was the player for the Reds that brought that up.
Oh, no, what? Yeah, when it hit the ground.
Oh, there we go.
They backed off. I'm not sure.
It did touch one player, I believe. Oh, no, they called that. It's a penalty. It is no yards. Stop arguing with me, Jason.
I didn't see a flag. I still don't.
It was obscured by all the feet. So it's first down and 10 for UNB on their own 45-yard line with 3 minutes left in the first quarter. A little bit darker on the field, but still optimum football weather. Motion early. Big dive up the right-hand side. Still going, and he's down just shy of getting a first down. That was number 20, Miguel Reyes Landry. Looks like they got about another 2 yards to go. So, Justin, what's this play?
This is going to be a pass.
Left or right-hand side?
I think it's going to be a pass. Well, who do we have lining up out here? This is going to be a pass to the right.
Big cushion give it.
Oh.
And that's blown up early.
It's going to be a sweep to the left.
Procedure against UNB. That's going to be back another 5 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 8 coming up.
I liked what my read there. I liked how Sam Rice lined up on the in his spot, and he was just a little too keen. So he sold me.
Counselor, the good news is we'll never know.
We'll never know. but you know what? If the run is going the other way, and I always used to do this, sometimes you come out and you look extra keen to make your guy think that you're getting the ball. So that specifically, so that he's looking at you and not looking at where the ball is going.
Early motion to the right. Rollins looking to the left. And it's incomplete, intended for number 80, Justin Remillard.
Just underthrown a little bit there. And Rollins has been pretty good tonight, but that one was a miss. So the Reds will punt.
So is this probably the first time we've seen Reds punt squad?
I think you're right. Yeah, I think so. Well, that's what when you don't put the hands in Matt LaFleur, when you don't put the ball in Matt LaFleur's hands, sometimes you don't get first downs.
Easy snap, nice punt right down the middle. Oh dear.
Very favorable roll.
Flags flying. Nobody from St. John touched the ball, and UNB was, of course, aggressive, so I think we've got no yards against UNB.
Obviously, if in case you don't know, in Canadian football, there is no fair catch mechanism. So if you are the punting team and you kick it down the field, you've got to stay 5 yards away from the ball. Okay, yeah, so he pushed the St. John player as he was going for the ball, so that's definitely a penalty.
Interesting that you need that many officials for a simple no yards call.
Well, I think
there's another.
I
thought there was another flag, but we just have one official throwing the flag to the I think I was a little too eager to say there was another penalty on the play. Ooh.
Okay, so there's a hold there as well against St. John.
So it looks like it was just a 5-yard
call against UNB, a holding call against St. John.
So first down and 10 for St. John, 1:34 left in the first quarter.
We're going to have to mic up the refs from now on. I don't know what...
No, thank you. This is what we have tertiary signals for. Good snap.
Oh, well, maybe that's why they're
he's
not
away.
Running. Oh, he's still going.
And that could be a first down for the Falcons.
Looks like.
Don't see any flags.
And rumbles for first down.
It's first down, Falcons.
Wow, was there a lateral in there? Is that?
I think it was. A good ad lib. I'm not sure that was what the original play was meant to do, but it worked out.
Yeah.
And I think it was Logan Sonia that got that first down. Setting up for the dive play. Making good yards, number 87. Looks like a fumble.
St. John recovered, I believe.
St. John was back there. They probably could have had the first down, but on the fumble, they're just shy. Number 87, Austin Rowe, was the one who was able to come up with the football and keep possession for St. John. As you'll see, it was a great run. Just at the end, the ball comes loose. And you can see St. John was very fortunate to be able to get that ball back. 36 seconds left in the first quarter. 3 receivers to the right-hand side. They're coming in. Looks like they're setting up. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, big sack. And this will bring up third down. This will be third. And
Alec Ferris was the one who just tore asunder through the middle of that line.
Oof.
Not sure.
He didn't even get he tackled the wrong guy.
I'm not sure that anybody on the offensive line thought that Alec had anything to do with that play, but he came in like a ton of bricks.
Oof.
And this is probably the last play of the first quarter.
Saunier had a heads-up play there, actually keeping the ball because he went to hand it off, and then Alec hit.
Actually, this is their design. We've seen it a couple of times where they're faking the dive and then they're bringing the ball back, and then either setting up another run play. I think that was the situation. As you see, he was going to fake that.
Anyways.
He was going to fake that to, was it number 8? Charles Greer. And, of course, Charles Greer took exception at being hit that hard, but can't blame him.
If the ball was in his gut when Alec hit him.
Oh, we didn't see any penalty, but it was still. So let's.
Right. So we got the. While the quarter ends, you can take a moment, scan that QR code on your screen. You can support Reds football through our online 50-50 draw. We are going to be selling tickets until the fourth quarter of tonight's game. And so if you scan that, or you can go to rafflebox.ca/raffle/UNB-Reds-football, or you can just scan the QR code. You click purchase, you choose your ticket option, then you enter your credit card and billing information. These draws are accessible only through online purchases. There will be no cash or card sales on site. Participants must be at least 19 years of age and residents of New Brunswick.
First down and 10. Again, big rush by UNB. We see a flag on the play.
Face mask?
Be a good guess.
There were hands high. Yep, face mask. You cannot forget about your tackle technique here, guys.
Rough play, yes. It's a face mask against UNB. So is that 10 or 15?
That's 15. That's a big penalty.
15-yard gain for St. John. They'll be very happy to get that. I think we need our number one online fan. Shout out to Cyril. I hope you're enjoying the game. And don't forget, if you make investments on your 50-50, we'll have all kinds of your friends in New Brunswick that can pick up your winnings. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Well, unfortunately, Cyril will have to get one of his New Brunswick friends to make those purchases for him, perhaps.
Well, is Atlantic Lottery on the next booth?
I don't know.
First down and 10 for the Falcons. Nice dive play off to the right-hand side.
I really like that.
Able to gain hardly anything. Looks like it's going to be second down and 10, number 55 for UNB, Sam Shepard.
I like that the Falcons are trying to get the run going.
Wonder if Sam Shepard is related to Sam Shepard, the actor.
You have to ask him.
Well, the proximity isn't exactly optimum while the game's going on. He's certainly much bigger than Sam Shepard, the actor.
So, I mentioned tackling technique. I am hoping that the Reds will be able to stay disciplined. This is the kind of game where discipline is very important.
And another dive play by the Falcons, able to elude that first tackler, but not able to get the first down just over the 50-yard line into UNB territory.
I believe that was Matthew Watson, the ball carrier on that one. I could be mistaken, but I think that's what I saw. Yeah, Matthew Watson. So the Reds got into the backfield on that play, but then Matthew Watson had a great sort of forearm bar block to shed the first defender and then pick up a couple of yards after contact.
3rd and 8, 13:35 left in the second quarter. Again, getting a little darker over the St. John River Valley, but setting up for an optimum night of football. Some personnel changes on the Falcons.
So St. John is going to punt here.
Good snap. Nice punt.
Good kick.
Little end over end. Well taken by UNB. Number 84, that's Nick Parker in the return.
He takes it up to UNB's 30. It'll be first down.
Justin, I got to say I'm encouraged that Jeff Landine is getting most of these identifiers correct now. Took a little while to get into the run of the season.
We're getting in the rhythm. We're getting in the rhythm. First quarter here. Second quarter of the first game of the year.
That's pretty impressive for somebody who wears the Saskatchewan Roughriders cap to get these things correct.
Do we usually have the lights on?
UNB set up for 1st and 10. 35 for UNB. No score for the Falcons. Good snap. Pitch out to the right-hand side. Looks like number 20. Lots of room. Oof. Knocked out of bounds. That was number 20. Miguel Reyes Landry.
Cody Carr pushed him out of bounds. And Cody Carr just stood tall on him.
So looks like about 1.5 yards left to go for a first down, second down.
We now have the bleachers are full. Lots of fans on that side of the field, as you can see. We've got some fans on the berm on this side of the field.
Oh, good run, St. John into the backfield with Landry again, not able to get to the first down. Looks like UNB is going to be forced to punt again.
Yep, so you see the UNB punters coming onto the field.
UNB running back, wrap
Third
ball
and
St. John.
Should be about 5.
We'll bring up third down.
No, it's about 2.5, 3.
Yep. I thought they lost ground on that, I guess.
They
Maybe
did.
not much.
But maybe just a
Just
yard.
a little bit, yeah. You can feel the fall breeze coming in here now. It is cooling down a little bit. I know it's been a ridiculous September weather-wise, heat-wise, but now we have an autumn breeze coming in here. Great for football. Big kick.
Big punt by UNB.
Oh, bobbled. That's a live ball.
Oh, he was fortunate to take that back, number 14. Daniel Gallant was close to getting that back in for the Reds.
Yeah, I think he lost that a little bit. It was very high. He might have lost that in the lights a little bit. And then when he touches it, as soon as he touches it, that becomes a live ball.
Now, I'm not sure how many rugby fans we have here, but rugby coaches would be very happy with the technique by the Falcons player that he was able to bring the ball back, which made it easier for him to collect it versus hitting in the knees or falling forward and making it easier for UNB. So even though he wasn't able to successfully bring that in, his technique made it easy for him to recover it and make sure that the Falcons have a first down and 10, 12:07 left in the second quarter.
And Sonia again out of the gun. I don't think we've seen him under center here all day.
He's looking to his left.
He's going to run. Oh, no.
He's flushed out and not able to get by number 30.
He's doing a good job.
Ethan Ray with the sack.
He's doing a good job keeping his eyes downfield. But like, I just want to see him take off on these. I feel like he can get some yards if he does that.
I can't see that on the replay, but dollars to donuts. I think Coach Sturgeon's continuing to do man coverage, and there's just not much available for him downfield.
Yeah, exactly.
So unless St. John starts to change the patterns that they're going to do by having maybe putting trips on one side and having somebody from the outside come underneath to create some obstruction, he's not going to be very successful if they keep this up.
That's it. Yeah, well, that's exactly what they have to do, and let's see.
Looks downfield to his right.
Oh, no, miscommunication.
Looks like there was a
collision
collision between 25 and 11. That was Daniel Lavick for UNB and Cody Carr for St. John. I don't see any flags.
No, I think Cody pulled up on that. I think he ran a hook route, and I don't think Sonia was expecting him to pull up.
So third down for St. John with 10:57 left in the second quarter.
So the Falcons should punt here. Yeah. Although without a doubt, we'll have to see a fake punt here at some point tonight. Man, great kick.
Good kick.
Well across the center line.
Oh,
But then
more
it bounces
backspin.
back every time on them. That's so weird. Oh, big
84
block.
for UNB to take it.
Punt's picked up by Nick Parker.
Nick Parker's able to take it. You know, as you say, every time it's coming back. I mean, if UNB's thinking, it's not to their benefit to catch it on the fly, let it hit, and then they'll gain another extra 5 yards.
I'm not a punter. I don't understand the physics of kicking the football. But yeah, exactly. Now, generally speaking, and you're trained to not let the ball bounce, right? Like catch the ball in the
Absolutely.
air. But this ball is bouncing back every time.
Well, I think the difference is if you're going to be a premier punter, the intent is to set up a spiral.
Yeah.
So that you're not only getting more distance, but once it hits, it's going to go forward. So just missing a little bit of technique on his punts. First down and 10 for UNB, 10:30 in the second quarter. Did a little bit of motion, dive up the middle, big gain for UNB, and he's brought down just before the 30-yard line. Should be Landry, the ball carrier.
Landry rumbles for 30 yards. It'll be a first down, UNB.
Big first down for UNB. So able to recover from not being able to get their first down on the last series. Nice big gain to start this one.
And Reds knocking on the door again.
Dive play to the right-hand side. Lafleur finds another gap. And I apologize to all of our watchers, but we did not notice that Grayson Rudders is now the quarterback for UNB, giving Jonah Rollins a bit of a breather.
So this tackle here. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, I see. He just sort of rolled on. Yeah, okay. I see. That was
Greg Brown.
Jeff Seeley was the one who brought him down.
58?
60. Wasn't 60 the one who... 58 was first contact, yeah.
And running wide on the left-hand side, waiting for the blocking to set up. He's able to scoot up. Number, is that 37? Jane Endel.
John Endel with the end around.
Got a flag on the play.
Picks up a few yards. There's a flag on the play.
That's holding against UNB. They're going to take him back another 10 yards. Can't make Mr. Endel very happy. He had a first down there.
Yeah. So instead of being first down, that'll bring up 2nd and 11. And while they're moving that back, so Grayson Rudders, you may have heard if you were watching the opening comments by Mr. Landine on the field. Grayson Rudders is this year's recipient of the Tony Proudfoot Memorial Scholarship.
Oh, that's right.
Fantastic young fellow, Grayson Rudders. He does a lot of work in his community. He helps out on the back end, the administrative components of running this football team.
Grayson looking downfield into the end zone.
Intercepted! And that's Cody. He's going to run it out.
Big run. He's still going.
Oh, he's looking for the end zone for sure, but he is brought down pretty hard by Aaron Olofsson.
Deep to the end zone. Cody Carr picks it off and brings it way back.
So Cody Carr, the one-man wrecking crew for the Falcons, able to get that interception and bring it out with a significant, just past the 40-yard line.
Huge return. And let's see if we can see the whole thing.
Ball was overthrown.
Yeah, overthrown, but he does a great job bringing it in. Oh, we're not going to see anymore. And then he got out of the end zone, which is very important, and just looked for the gaps, ran it down, and but at the very end of that, he had a.
Okay, now why are the officials bringing it back that far? It must be.
That is a good question.
Holding or clipping.
Oh, well, maybe this explains why he had such a great return.
Oh, this is blocking below the knees.
Oh, that's too bad for Cody.
So I'm sure somebody on St. John saw how nice that looks on video when you take somebody out, but of course that's illegal in this league.
Negating a fantastic return by Cody Carr.
Will result in St. John retaining possession.
But the good news for St. John is it's first down and 10, 8:34 left in the second quarter. Able to negate that drive from UNB.
I thought we were going to see our first PAT hitting the field house.
Patience now. Patience. We're going to get there.
I hope so.
Good snap. Looks like a dive to the left-hand side of the line. Did not get very far. UNB snuffed that out.
Balled up really quick.
Second
Evan
down,
Wall.
change of personnel. He's a wall, all right.
he would have looked like a wall.
So I'm not sure if you can tell on our broadcast, but this setting is what Steven Spielberg would write up for a September evening of football. It is absolutely perfect.
It sure is. Friday Night Lights on a Saturday.
And again, these marvelous pictures are brought to you by our friends at Aurora Productions. Good snap. Looking to his right. He's flushed out. Ooh, down just before he got to the goal line.
Didn't go in, eh? No, it didn't go in. Ben Coates right there, number 4, seemed to have blown a tire a little bit.
So St. John, literally with their backs to the wall, are going to have to punt here with 7:14 left in the second quarter. With UNB up 35, Falcons no score.
So UNB able to block the Falcons from taking advantage of Cody Carr's excellent interception and return, killing it with the penalty, and then just strong defensive play. Almost getting a safety there.
Oh, I think they're going to give the 2 points away here.
You know what? Of course they would. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
So St. John's is going to take a knee. Made sure that they told everybody so nobody got injured on the play. So that's another 2 points for UNB, and that'll bring it out to, I think, the 35, where they'll punt to UNB. So that makes it 37 for UNB. No score for the Falcons with 7:08 left in the second quarter. I hope you'll notice, Justin, that I'm an arts grad, and I was able to go and put 2 points onto that 35.
It was a great job. Yeah. It was excellent math.
Just, again, talks about how good the arts program is at UNB. That
Yeah, so UNB will. So the way that this will work is that UNB, it's a kickoff, isn't it? Yeah, they kick it off to the.
Oh, it's a kick. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm using NCAA rules where it would be a punt.
Or do they just get possession? No, they just get possession.
You're right. It gives the non-offending team the option.
Oh, right. That's what it is.
They get the choice, team to kick, or else they can take it on their own 35.
Yeah, there we go. We made it there.
Well, with the wealth of information we have of all kinds of leagues of football, it just took us a while to get to the right.
We just had to get there, yeah. It's the start of the season. It's okay.
Oh, nice big hole up the middle. Looks like about a 5-6 yard gain.
That'll bring up 2nd and 5.
Again, Grayson Rudders at quarterback. And we should point out, I don't know that we talked enough about the fact that this is Tony Proudfoot night. Tony Proudfoot, of course, was a UNB grad, not only an all-star for UNB, but an all-star in Atlantic football. Went on to play for the Alouettes, won 2 Grey Cups with them, and then went on to play for the BC Lions as well. Second down and 5. Another dive play. Big hole. Wide open for Landry. He's breaking out to the right-hand side. And down just over the 40.
Yanked down by Kieran Roche. Kieran
was savior of the day for St. John.
He might have saved a touchdown on that one. Landry had one guy to beat after that, 41 there, but...
Really,
81. Okay.
Really impressive run by Landry, though.
Yeah.
He can certainly scoot. And he's getting a break.
I would want one, too, after sprinting 30 yards. And I think that's LaFleur back in there now.
I think so. And again, he opens up to his right, cuts back into the middle. Plays a little pinball with the St. John defense and gets up a 8 or 9 yard gain. Big, strong run by LaFleur. And 64 by St. John was able to bring him down. And I don't see a 64 on their roster.
Maybe we'll have to try to track down that info for you.
Mystery tackler.
Yeah.
Dive play to the right-hand side. LaFleur, he's got a first down. Good gain by UNB. And with a little more than 4 minutes left. It's another first down.
They're working their way close to the end zone.
Number 50 by St. John, Ben Coates with the tackle.
Greg Brown.
Oh, sorry. I went to
Yep, that's okay. Yeah, I see
went
what
right
you
instead of left.
Yeah.
I stand. Oh, I'm sorry. I sit correct. First down for UNB. 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Another dive play up the middle.
Oh, nice little
Landry.
Nice little move there by Landry.
We've been talking about Nick Parker. We've been talking about Lafleur. We've been talking about Landry, but we wouldn't talk about any of them if it wasn't for the offensive line of UNB. They're opening up huge holes for their running backs.
You know, Ian, we usually do a better job at giving props to the men in the trenches. So thank you for bringing that up. They're creating the gaps.
First down and goal for UNB. Once again, it's a dive for Landry. Touchdown! UNB!
And the Reds will add another 6 points, and we're going to see our first attempt at pinging the ball off the roof of the BMO Centre Fieldhouse.
So finally, it took us till 3:26 of the second quarter, but we get to see if UNB can raise the roof.
Took them long enough. Remillard, the kicker. It's
Good
through,
kick.
and it's short. It's short, though.
Remillard wanted to show how delicate he can be with getting an extra point.
I think he might have been. There's a door open on the fieldhouse down there. I think he might have been trying to get it in that door.
So with 3:26 left in the second quarter, the score is UNB 44. St. John Falcons, no score.
Do we want to toss the that QR code up there again?
Oh, I think
The
do
50-50?
the 50-50 thing again.
Well, there we go. Get your 50-50 tickets. You can Reds fans, you can support the Reds by participating in the 50-50 draw. And you see, okay, so hey, we're up $200. We started the day, started the game at about $300. Now we're up to $539. That's the win. That's the pot of money. So tickets are available. They're available now until the start of the fourth quarter of tonight's game. You can use that QR code, scan that with your phone. And there's also placards. Well, I guess if you're listening to us, you're not on the field. There's placards down on the field, and they'll be there for next game if you come to the next game. So once you click that QR code, click purchase, choose your ticket option, enter your credit card and billing information. These are accessible through online only. There's no cash or card sales on site. Participants must be at least 19 years of age and residents of New Brunswick. So support your Reds. Win some money. It's a win-win. And looks like St. John just figuring out some personnel issues while UNB lines up for the kick. And the ref gives the all clear.
They got 12 guys on the field. Everything should be fine. Here we go. Remillard away.
Low kick.
Taken cleanly by St. John.
That's not an easy catch to make.
Good return up the middle, and they are down just over their own 35-yard line. They should be on the 36, 37.
That was
First down and 10 with 3:20 left in the second quarter.
That was Kirkpatrick on the return.
I think so, yeah.
The 37, it'll be first down, St. John.
So just in case they're watching, a big hello to Rod and Joanne Bell. Rod used to play for UNB sometime in 1974 to 1978 at tight end and ended up getting drafted by the Ottawa Rough Riders.
It is, I do have to say, it is great. Every year that passes, the Reds football becomes more and more entrenched. Bigger communities, bigger fans, bigger fan groups. It is lovely to see UNB football back.
Low snap, run to the left-hand side. Big gap for St. John.
Oh,
almost a first down.
And it took the whole Reds defensive squad to try to stop him. I think he had 7 guys hanging off of him there.
Looks like he's got about an 8 or 9 yard gain, so that'll be second down and short.
Second and very short, second in inches. That was what a great power run that was. And there's your 3-minute warning whistles from the officials. 3 minutes left in the first half.
St. John with 3 receivers to the right-hand side. Starts motion off to the right again.
Oh, he's looking
Looks
left.
like they're going to do.
What a tricky play. Ooh.
Ball was intended for number 11, Cody Carr, but it was incomplete. And a good aggressive play when you've got such a short play open to him.
I really liked that play. I think Sonia was maybe a little nervous about it. He rushed it a little bit, but that could have been an incredibly successful play. All of the Reds got sucked over to the right.
So I would imagine you're going to see a basic dive play. We've got 2 running backs in the backfield. And it is first dive. Big opening off to the right-hand side. Still going.
Boy. He's got space.
Big first down for St. John, number 87, Austin Rowe.
Austin Rowe with a big carry. Brought down.
As you'll see on the replay, he had nothing but open field.
He needed an inch, and he got 20 yards.
And a big tackle by Nick Appleby, who stopped Austin on that run. So, first down and 10, deeper into Reds territory on the Reds 35. 2:27 left in the half.
St. John is closing on the Reds' red zone. Not quite there yet.
My goodness.
Why have we not used that one before?
Because they haven't been anywhere near it.
No, but the red zone.
Here we come. Oh, nice block.
Great block.
Oh.
Nice catch.
Well done.
Oh, and the flag. If that flag is for roughing the passer or roughing...
Caleb Kirkpatrick, the receiver.
Oh, he's saying it's a face mask against UNB. Oh, I want to see this again. I don't know about that. He had his hands on his back. Let's see. The official was in the correct place to see it, and he's got a better vantage point than me. But it looked like...
It's face mask call, so it's 15 yards.
Yeah. So
in this case is probably half the distance.
Here it is. Where's the... Oh, okay, yeah, his left hand right in there. Great call, great call.
The official number 23 was smack on the plate.
Yeah, great call. So this is St. John. St. John has a very real opportunity here to score a touchdown.
I would have thought that would be half the distance, but they did the full 15 yards. So it looks like it's first down and goal from UNB's 8. So this is the first opportunity for St. John to get a score. And if they do so, it'll be their first score in history in the AFL. Looking to the right-hand side, wide open on the screen.
Whoa!
There's a flag on the play.
Ball pops out.
Fumble. There's a flag on the play early, though.
Ben Coates caught that ball.
Let's watch the head referee, see what he has to say. That's offside, UNB. Wow.
So this will bring up 1st and 5.
Oh, it's first and goal.
Sorry, 1st and goal, but 5 yards up.
Big play. Ben Coates still able to get that ball back for St. John, even though it really didn't affect anything, as UNB will be guilty of an offside. Now again, I wonder if you do the 5 or this is half the distance.
Let's find out. I guess it's going to be half the distance, yeah, because it's on the 4.
It'll be first and goal, St. John.
First and goal on the 4.
Falcons threatening. They've got, looked like they had 3 receivers off to the left-hand side, maybe 4. Yeah, they do 4. So stacking to the left-hand side. Good snap. Throws to the right.
That's a touchdown. Touchdown! St. John Falcons. The first in their franchise history.
And
for a St. John touchdown.
And that was completed to Cody Carr. Here we go. We're going to see it. Good ball, good spot.
Nice touchdown. So Cody Carr continuing to be the one-man highlight reel for St. John. And congratulations to the Falcons for their first touchdown in the AFL.
So an exciting moment for the Falcons. I don't think the Reds are happy that they're on the other side of that historic moment.
And it looks like the extra point is good. So with 1:53 left in the second quarter, UNB 44, St. John Falcons 7.
Beautiful crowd here today.
St. John to be kicking off to UNB.
Each year as UNB football improves its product, we try to improve the product supporting them.
So here you go. You see the QR code back on the screen, and I'll just note, as with any university sports teams, especially the UNB Reds, the funding that our fans provide the team is essential to the team's continued existence, and that's why we're running a 50-50 draw this year. So you can support Reds football by scanning that QR code. You can go, once you scan it, click purchase, choose your ticket option, and enter your credit and billing info. Eligible to residents of New Brunswick, 19 years of age and older.
Good point, Justin. As you can tell, that football is not exactly an inexpensive enterprise if you're looking at the cost of the equipment, the cost of travel, cost of support staff. People like Mark Horncastle making sure that all the equipment is correct for UNB. So it's anywhere you can help out, and hopefully we can help you back if you're able to be successful in the 50-50 draw. It'll only help get the product better and more entertaining for everybody. Sidewinder kick by St. John.
Ooh, not fielded well.
Fielded by Thomas Hoyt. He's off to his right-hand side looking for that final gap. Looks like he's out of bounds, shy of their own 35-yard line.
Yeah, something I would imagine you probably know, but maybe you don't know. This football team is run by a small army of very dedicated volunteers, far more dedicated than Ian and I. Ian mentioned Mark Horncastle, but there's a whole group of other people who are working all the time, running social media, running equipment, doing recruitment, making sure all the players are able to play, and then of course the entire coaching staff, all volunteers.
Here.
So they're all doing a great job, very much appreciated, and your donations and your support through the 50-50 and your donations generally on the website, absolutely critical in keeping this team going.
Grayson Rudder still the pivot for UNB, sets up motion, does another dive play up the right-hand side, close to a first down. Looks like they should have about another 2 yards to go. Again, we have to talk about the impressive play of the UNB offensive line. It's these running backs are getting at least 5 to 7 yards before anybody touches them.
UNB has had a strong offensive line for several years, and it has absolutely been a backbone of the team.
Another dive just off the right side of center. Should be an easy first down. UNB, 1:19 left in the second quarter.
45-yard line for a UNB first down.
Let's see if UNB continues to stay on the ground. Given that they're running a dive play right of center, I'm wondering why they're bothering with the huddles. It looks like it's pretty straightforward about what's to happen.
That's a great point, Ian. I think they're just in part taking the time, right?
Well, absolutely, but let's see if we've got one more. Oh, no, there's a little bit of...
It's going to be a sweep.
Nice end around.
Oof.
Good tackle. It was number 8 for UNB, the ball carrier, the Chase Taylor. Don't know that I noticed who for St. John was able to do the tackle. .53 seconds left in the second quarter. UNB in a balanced setup. Rudder's waiting for the snap. Again, motion here. He fakes it, looks downfield. Not quite the the pass I'm sure that he was looking for. It looks like it's going to be third down and about 6, 7, so we should see a punt from UNB.
Yeah, so we see the punt team coming on. Yeah, that pass just got away from Jonah a little bit, a little overthrown.
27 seconds left in the first half. And again, I'd like to point out that we've got a full house here at BMO Field, even more people on the berm.
Yeah, every time I look over, I see more people out and about.
People just want to get close to you, Justin.
But people just want to get close to this fantastic evening of football we're putting on.
If only we can get Aurora to play the Carpenters close to you, we'd have the appropriate. Three broken tackles. He's still going. Still
Ben Coates bouncing around.
Aaron Hicks's punt.
Doesn't manage to.
If Ben Coates wasn't hit by 5, 6 different people, I'd call him a one-man wrecking crew. But he's just doing his best to keep St. John in the game, but doing a fantastic job. A really impressive football player.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to turn that into much, but
14 seconds left in the first half. As you can see on your screen, it's 44 for UNB, 7 for St. John Falcons. And that's the end of the half, I think.
They're going to end the half there?
So we've just done the score. Again, at the end of the first half, we've got the Reds 44, St. John Falcons 7. Beautiful night. Thank you for your kind attention. And we're going to take a break for the halftime. Please avail yourselves in your own homes of beverages or snacks, as we can't wait to have you join us again for the third quarter.
See you soon.
Welcome back to everybody again at BMO Field at a perfect night for football for the UNB Reds Football Club home opener against the St. John Falcons. It's been a successful start for UNB Reds, and we're just about to start the third quarter. Significant lead for the Reds right now, and I want to remind everybody, if you're interested, to take advantage of the 50-50 draw. Tickets are available until the start of the fourth quarter, and we've had quite a number of people adding to that. I think we're well over $600 in the pot. So you can use the QR screen, the QR code on the screen, and that'll come up a number of times in the third quarter. Or you can visit rafflebox.ca/raffle/UNB-Reds-Reds-football. I think we could have thrown a couple of more hyphens in there, but take advantage of the 50-50 draw if you would be so kind. And again, we're just about to start the third quarter.
St. John ready to return.
UNB kicking off to St. John. Nice deep end over end kick taken cleanly by St. John. And a good gain by number 3. Again, Caleb Kirkpatrick. He's doing a great job returning for the Falcons, and that'll set up a first down and 10 on looks like the 39-yard line of the Falcons. Falcons had a rough time in the first two quarters, but again, they were able to be successful and score the first touchdown in the history of their franchise. So that's got to be encouraging for the players of the Falcons and the coaching staff. All set, first down and 10. A little bit of motion to the right-hand side. Looking to the left, wide open, nice pass, and it looks like first down for St. John. Mr. Everything for the Falcons, Cody Carr, was able to take that throw from Logan Saunier, and they've got a first down. So nice little look-in pattern for Cody Carr. And I would think that through the third and fourth quarter, we're going to start to see some bread and butter on this. First down, just shy of their own 50-yard line. Got motion coming right, the motion coming left. There's motion everywhere, but UNB able to find the ball carrier behind the line of scrimmage. Again, that was Ben Coates. So there'll be a loss on the play, second down and about 12 for the Falcons.
Loss of 2 on the play.
So we'll see what play Coach Jowdery's come up in here. We're all set to get moving. We've got trips on the right-hand side. Looks to the right, and it's complete. Still struggling to get to center field, but short of the first down.
Pass complete to Brody. Nope, Austin Rao.
Man, he looks like a tough kid to bring down.
Certainly does. Well, he was working hard to get to that first down, but they still got quite a gap here at third down. But they're going to punt. No, they're not. They're going to run a play. Oh,
he's going to keep it.
There you go.
To the
left-hand side.
Oh, lateral.
Right, and he's...
Yeah, no, it's a forward pass, though. That was the Oh, I don't know.
Nothing wrong with the forward, unless he was over
crossed
the line of scrimmage.
Though. He's crossed the line of scrimmage for sure. But so he's challenging it.
Let's see on the replay. It's a flag, though.
Let's see the replay. It's close.
Scrimmage. Yes, he is over.
Yeah, and that was forward. Oh, that's too bad. What a great play. He needs to work on his rugby skills if he's going to be doing plays like that.
Well, unfortunately, if his rugby skills, you don't have a line of scrimmage you wouldn't have to worry about.
But I mean, to lateral though.
Oh no, no, it would. Yeah, that's right. It would. You can't do something forward in rugby. So, but it was a great play. If he'd only been able to release that a little quicker, he would have been in fine shape.
Ah, too bad. It was a fun play.
So that's a 10-yard penalty. So that's going to be third down, and I'd say a little more than 15.
Bring up third and long.
So now they'll have to punt. I liked the decision for them to go for that on third down. Midfield, they're behind. I really like that decision to go for it on third down there. Now, obviously, with the 15-yard penalty, they have to kick.
Nice punt.
This one rolls forward.
Looking for some blocking to set up.
Oof.
Nick Parker with the return.
So I just at halftime I went down. First of all, a couple of things just to let you know what's going on here at the field. It is getting a little cooler down there. I took the placard, the 50-50 placard, walked it around. The 50-50 draw is up to $600. It was $670 some dollars the last time I looked at it. So you can still buy 50-50. For another 10 minutes. And the Reds are going to run this one to the right and for about 8 yards. And that is Caleb McLaughlin running the ball that time. That'll bring up 2nd and 2.
So a little more than 10 minutes left in the third quarter. Rudder still at quarterback. Another dive play to the left-hand side. Easy first down for UNB. Just over center field. That'll be a first down and 10. And a little bit of musical entertainment sponsored by the SPCA.
I think, and I think we had the halftime show on the feed. Were you able to see that? Is that?
It was a phenomenal job by the cheerleaders and the dance group there. They did a great job.
But Aurora, were we showing that at the half? Yeah, we showed that. Excellent, good. This is a full entertainment package here this evening.
Good run to the right-hand side.
Ooh.
Snuffed out quickly by the Falcons. They won't get much more than a yard.
Brady Hammond grabbed Caleb and pulled him back.
Second down for UNB.
With forward progress, even though he gets pulled backwards, the yardage he picked up counts. So that's a gain of 2.
So let's see if Coach Sturgeon's going to continue to rough up the defensive line of the Falcons on this play. Snap is good. Looking down left-hand side. A little short. Intended receiver was 87 Turner Ryan. I think UNB's doing a fine job of working more players off of their bench here and make sure that they've got more people with some experience, as it's going to be a long season for them.
Yeah, well, and games like this, you've got to take advantage of games like this for a team like UNB. Obviously, UNB is looking to win the championship, but injuries happen, and it's a next man up mentality. So if somebody goes down, you've got to have the next person step up.
Absolutely. Third down and UNB punting. Nice Nice spiral. Oh, does their own little backspin. Oh, it's probably within the 5 yards.
Yeah, there's the flag.
Good tackling by UNB, but of course the first player downfield went within the 5-yard zone, so it's probably a no yards penalty. That'll add 5 yards to where St. John is going to be setting up first down and 10 with a little more than 7 minutes left in the third quarter.
So I will be just talking about the, getting the backups in. I'll be looking to see Grayson Rudders make some nice passes before this evening's over. I really hope we get a chance to see that. He's made some passes, yes, but it'd be nice to see a little more consistency.
Well, it's great that he gets this experience because certainly he hasn't had all the reps that Jonah Rollins has had.
Exactly.
And Jonah certainly had some marvelous passes today. So well-deserved rest for this game unless they're bringing him back in the fourth quarter. First down and 10. 4 receivers to the right-hand side of the field. So watch the quick look-in pass to Cody Carr on the left again. Oh, they're starting to run to the left. And slides.
And he picks up what looks like a first down for St. John.
So Logan Saunier with the keeper off the left-hand side was successful to get a first down.
We've got a couple of winners of the draw for 2 UNB helmets. Ryland Lobert and George Walker.
And as you can hear, our on-field announcer, Jeff Landine, saying that there was a couple of lucky winners in the audience today winning UNB helmets on a draw. So next time we've got a home game, come on down and you might be successful in a draw as well. Good run up the middle by St. John. I think they would have got about 4 yards on that. Not sure who the running back was quite yet.
So, Ian, what those are, we're raffling, or we're doing a draw for retired helmets as a collectible. And that is the fundraiser. Every week is going to be a different community fundraiser. Yeah, so this week it is the oncology unit at the Dr. Everett Charmels Hospital here in Fredericton. And I
pass down the middle, just a little too far for the intended receiver.
And just one moment, we'll find out.
Once again, that was Caleb Kirkpatrick.
Who's next week's community sponsor?
So we're going to set up for a third down for St. John. About 9 yards to go. See if they're having a discussion because UNB was trying to get a player off the field, and I think if they were going to be precise, this was going to be too many men penalty against UNB, but there was no flag on the play. So the officials are having a small little tribunal to talk this over. And it doesn't look like we're going to get much of a signal from anybody here. Head referee looks like he's in the offensive backfield as he normally would for the next play to carry on.
Fourth quarter.
Oh, because it says sales ends 3 hours, 18 minutes, 30 seconds.
No, it's gonna end in the fourth quarter. They're gonna hit the button.
So I think St. John looked like they're going to run a play, but I would anticipate they're going to punt here. Maybe not. Looks like the defense is in. No, looks like St. John's probably setting up for a punt.
Okay, cool.
A little more than 4 minutes left in the third quarter.
Well, yes, I know it says online, but okay, because I know.
And
whatever we have,
we're all set with a change.
UNB will take over in
we'll
their own
announce it
50.
here. If you know, tell us. So just talking about some of the other things that are going on here, the community fundraiser for next week for the next game is going to be in support of Student Hunger Month. So funds going to relieve student hunger. Very worthy cause. So make sure you buy if you can make it to the next home game. Make sure you buy a draw ticket for that.
Okay, I'm not sure what that call was, but it looks like UNB was guilty of a penalty, and now St. John's going to be first down and 10. From their own 47.
Coaching staff looks a little heated down there, trying to figure out what's going on themselves.
Penalty on the play. Give St. John a first down, and it'll be St. John ball.
Trip receivers to the right. Motion coming to the right, and it's an end around for Mr. Everything. UNB able to catch them, I think, for a small loss.
Patrick with the carry.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Brought down by Cole Schneider.
And full. Why is there a whole new unit coming on for the Reds? This is 2nd down, right? Yeah.
It's the 2nd down, yeah.
They just substituted like 8 guys.
I have a sneaking suspicion they think this is going to be a pass.
Yeah, that's a lot of substitutions, though. I guess they're
making sure they get everybody in.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Second down and 9. Motion again towards the right. Fake the toss.
Oh, he's all
being
over.
Pushed back. Lets the ball go.
Almost intercepted. Oh, my goodness. And you got Sam Shepard just banging his head. He can't believe he let that one go, Ian. That has never happened to Sam Shepard before in his life.
I don't think Sam Shepard's going to want to watch the replay of this game, because he's going to be replaying that in his mind all night long.
Sam Shepard, defensive linemen don't have many interception opportunities. Oh, he's still mad. He's still mad at himself. He wanted that ball. Look, and he's smiling down there. He's never come so close to getting an interception as he did in that moment.
Setting up for a punt now. 38 seconds left in the third quarter. And a nice kick to the right.
Nice clean spiral. But
there's another backspin, and there's no question St. John's going to be called for no yards here.
I think St. John might have been the first team to touch it, which is not allowed.
Not unless you were onside and there was nobody onside.
Right. But I think
see the bounce. Doesn't matter. Even if UNB player touched it in that time, there's no yards there.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be able to gain possession.
And that is going to bring us to the end of the third quarter.
So at the end of the third quarter, UNB 44, St. John Falcons 7. And you might have a couple of minutes left if you want to chime in for the 50-50. When the fourth quarter starts, that's when sales will stop.
I think so, yeah. In the fourth quarter, they're going to hit the button, and the sales will stop. So maybe one last. Do we have one? Can we flash that up one last time? We're going to flash up that QR code one last time. So here you go. It's over at $700.
Hurry. If
fans.
You want to before they get the snap off for the fourth quarter, get that in.
Scan that QR code, buy your tickets. Only, of course, if you are a resident of New Brunswick over the age of 19.
Buy one for your friends, buy one for your kids, buy one for your grandma. I'm sure they'll all appreciate your largesse.
There you go. And we're going to try to, this is our first time running this particular 50-50, so we're going to try to announce the winner here in the fourth quarter after the draw. But it will be posted online as well. So if you bought a ticket, you can you can go and see who the winner is.
Just I'm correct, we're not allowed to win this.
You and I?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Why not?
Well, I thought that everyone would think that was insider trading or something.
Oh, and we're not involved in that. we just say the words.
But you know how that works. If we did win, we just have to go donate the winnings.
Well, that's it, of course. Well, that's what we would do anyways, Ian.
We shouldn't have said that. Brian Freeman's going to want us to buy a lot of tickets.
So, and if you, and I should say as well, and maybe you got this, maybe you didn't, you can, when that thing pops up on your screen, the QR code, you can also you can take a screenshot and go into your photos, and I guess you can touch that QR code, and that'll bring you to the website as well.
So here we are at the beginning of the fourth quarter. UNB first and 10, just over their own 45-yard line. Lots of motion, but it's going to be another dive to the right-hand side of the center. Lots of ground gain by number 3, Caleb McLaughlin for UNB. Big first down.
A lot of diving there.
Takes it all the way to about the 45, no, it's the 46-yard line of St. John. First down and 10. Nice run by Caleb. I think we're going to see Coach Sturgeon open up the playbook here. We're going to see a lot of different plays to a lot of different players.
I do love seeing creative plays.
It's a dive to the left-hand side. Looks like a gain of about 3 or 4. And once again, it's Caleb McLaughlin.
Bring up second down.
So I would think at this juncture of the game with 13:50 left, this would be a marvelous time for Coach Sturgeon to come up with some skullduggery out of his playbook.
Oh, absolutely. This is when you're going to the last page. You're trying to do the things that you don't usually get to do that might be a little more fun.
With the score here, I don't think we're going to see flea flickers, but maybe a reverse or something of that nature.
Ooh, bobble. That's not what you want to see.
Well, that's not what I meant by skullduggery, but at least UNB was able to regain possession.
So Turner Ryan, he's lined up in the slot receiver position. I think it was supposed to be a handoff to him, but the handoff was not clean. It bobbles, hits the ground, and Turner's able to fall on it before St. John recovers the fumble.
I think in the playbook that's called the lifebuoy play because they handled it like a bar of soap.
Yeah. But that's the kind of thing that you want to practice, use this opportunity to practice, and so that it doesn't happen when the game is on the line.
So 2 players deep for St. John as they await the punt from UNB.
And UNB still making personnel substitutions? Is that what's happening?
They want everybody in.
Got to stay organized, though, folks.
Good snap.
Not
nice
Justin Remillard.
High punt. Why did they blow that up?
Not far enough.
With a high punt.
Aaron Hicks punted that one, so not the regular punter, not Justin Remillard, who is the regular punter. I think they do. I believe they will blow punts dead while it's in the air if it's not far enough. And I think that's what happened there.
It's going to be first down and 10 for St. John, just over their own 25-yard line. 11:40 left in the game.
And the St. John offense going to work.
We've got trips on the left-hand side. So, again, I would watch for the quick look-in pass off to their right. It was a flare pass out to the left-hand side. It's got lots of room. Still going.
That's Austin Rowe. We've seen him come up with a couple of big plays tonight.
He picks up a Falcons first down.
And if you heard, that was, as we said before, the dulcet tones of Mr. Jeff Landine telling everybody that St. John's got a first down. So they're set first down and 10 on the 37-yard line. Still not a bad crowd for the fourth quarter with such a big lead for UNB.
You know, the atmosphere down there is really fantastic. Lots of students, lots of community members. Everybody seems to be having a great time.
They had motion both ways. The toss, not able to find the handle, but still able to regain Ben Coates able to get the handle of that and make sure that they didn't lose possession. But a big loss on the play.
Loss, yeah.
Anchors Flatley with the tackle for loss.
No, we got a lot of great fans out there. So a lot of fans have brought their own chairs. Obviously, there's the bleachers that you can see on the camera, and then what you cannot see, which is to the side of the camera, is there's a berm on the side of this hill. There's a lot of people still sitting out here on blankets, and just everybody's really happy. It's a great atmosphere. This is a great activity for a Saturday night. So certainly, if you have the opportunity to come and see one live in Fredericton, that would be time well spent.
2nd and 19. 4 receivers again to the left-hand side. Looking downfield deep, but overthrown. Intended receiver was Caleb Kirkpatrick.
Are we going to see this one again? I think Kirkpatrick spent too much time looking back for that. I think he should have just kept running. I don't think it was overthrown. I think he underran it. And I don't know if there's a difference there. Maybe, you know, if you're a former receiver and you're out there, maybe you have criticism. But Kirkpatrick seemed to be not running as quick as he was earlier in the game.
I'm sorry. You could overthrow the Emperor with that. There was no question.
And here's punt.
And that's off to the left-hand side. Oh, St. John again, no yards.
Another no yards.
You know, I'd be really happy with that backspin if I could do that with my 52-degree wedge. It was just they're really good with those punts. Unfortunately, it's not to their benefit.
I have never seen, however he's doing it, and I know nothing about punting, but however he's doing it, everyone is coming back towards him.
Yeah, he's just not catching the spiral properly. So, with 8 minutes left in the game, UNB up 44, Falcons 7. And shame on me that I didn't check this before to see if we've got a score from PEI. Keep talking, Justin.
No, that's a great point. There is one other game happening tonight, as you know. Okay, now we see their one of their go-tos, Cody Carr, is coming off the field. Oh, and the official is giving some sort of instruction. Oh, okay. So 5-0 for the Falcons is reporting as eligible. Oh, sorry, for UNB. Sorry, UNB is on offense, of course. Irrelevant because the ball goes to Caleb McLaughlin for a pickup of what looks to be about 7 or 8 yards. Oh, and there was a flag on the field. And they're picking it up. No flag on the play. So that'll bring up 2nd and 2 after a pickup of 8 yards by Caleb McLaughlin's run. So we have 50 reporting as eligible. So we may see some more creative play here soon. But this one's going to go back to Caleb McLaughlin. He's going to run to the left. He breaks one tackle, but not the second. Brought down by Sam Clements. Caleb's going to pick up 1 yard. That'll bring up 3rd and 1. And I believe the Reds are going to go for this. I mean, they're halfway through St. John territory.
They've only got a yard to take. Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And I wasn't able to get a result from the Dow Holland College game, but please look later on your respective websites and iPhones. Oh, he's a keeper.
He's going to keep this one.
And it's an easy first down just to the right side of the offensive line for UNB. And with just a little more than 5 minutes left in the game.
And he picks up the yardage for the first down.
So Grayson Rutter's out of the gun. 3 receivers to his left, and it's going to be a run. The ball is handed off to Caleb McLaughlin. He's going to run to the right for a pickup of about 7 yards. Oh, 6 yards, so that'll bring up 2nd and 4 for the Reds. And looking forward to the future, the Reds are in Halifax next week to play the Dalhousie Tigers. Then the Tigers are here on October 5th, and that's a 1 p.m. game. So it'll be 1 p.m. on October 5th, the next time that you will hear Ian and I. And Caleb with a run up the middle, and I believe he's got enough for a first, and he does. First down, Reds. And that'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Reds on the Falcons' 15-yard line.
So depending on what happens in the next couple of weeks, that's probably going to be in a pretty important game between Dalhousie and UNB.
It'll absolutely be an important game, and that's that will be the Alumni Cup, the Alumni Cup games as well. Right. So that's a home and home, right? And of course, the Alumni Cup is the cumulative score between Dalhousie and UNB every year.
UNB not able to keep the handle on the snap. Big loss on the play. Back to the St. John 30-yard line.
A little bit of techno here.
You're doing a much better job on it than I am.
You have your music, I have my music.
I'm more of a Motown guy.
And that is the 3-minute warning. So we are 3 minutes left here in the 4th quarter of the UNB Reds home opener against the inaugural St. John Falcons.
Good snap. Looking downfield.
Big pass.
Deep pass to the left-hand side. Wide open touchdown!
Reds. Number 18, Logan Box. And Logan Box, we're calling his name for the first time tonight. What a great, this is what I was talking about, Ian. What a great pass from Grayson for the touchdown. Look at that. Hits him almost perfectly in stride. Straight into the end zone. It was great to see that for Grayson's confidence and his abilities, and it's great seeing that go to a receiver whose name we don't call too often. So Logan Box, great touchdown, with 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter, and the PAT is good, and it is off the roof of the BMO Centre.
It's our first roofer.
So,
raise the roof.
Raise the roof. Justin Remillard finally doing what we've all been waiting for. Picking the ball off the roof.
Less than 2 minutes left in the game. 51 for UNB, 7 for the Falcons. This should be the last gasp for the Falcons. See if they can muster up something before the end of the game.
So the St. John Falcons, obviously they have some growth to go as a team. This is their first year. It's not easy to start a football team. It's not easy to get all the pieces in place. This is their first year. They scored their first ever touchdown tonight.
I'm impressed with their sportsmanship that they did not give up, even though they were up against significant odds. I mean, especially that defensive line of St. John will have to be licking their wounds because that UNB offensive line is a marvelous group.
Yeah.
And I would imagine that Coach Sturgeon made sure that he had a number of players come in. And still, you didn't see any degradation as far as the size of the holes for those running backs for UNB.
Yeah, absolutely. A testament to the depth of the Reds. But this St. John team, they are committed to putting together a good team. There is no doubt in my mind that they will get better, if not with every game, with every season that goes on. And they will be very competitive in this league very soon.
Good deep kick by UNB. Cody Carr with the return. And he's down on just shy of his 30-yard line.
That's Matt LaFleur bringing him down because why not? The do-everything guy with a great leg tackle. And I believe that is the game. We haven't seen the signal from the official yet. I don't know if they may need to do one last play.
Yeah, they're having a quick chat to figure out whether they need to do something from scrimmage or not. Even so, I would imagine they're just doing a quick kneel.
Yeah. And
here we go.
And that's going to be game.
That's
so.
It.
And that is the game.
So at the end of the home opener for UNB, it is 51 for UNB football, 7 for the St. John Falcons. It was a great night, fantastic weather. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. It was a treat to be back again, football season, and again, a treat to be spending time with Justin. Thanks so much. Want to thank you. Want to thank our good friends from Aurora. Thank you, Jeff Landine, for doing a marvelous time. Looking forward to seeing everybody 2 weeks from now when we have the next UNB home game. Have a lovely night. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.